Hi, I hope everyone is doing well. I'm bringing you the June energy update with some guidance to help you navigate through the month of June. Now, May, we did have a lot going on, and we are literally now, I think as of yesterday, just kind of coming out of this Mercury retrograde, which I spoke about in the last video, but there still can be a little bit of a shadow period, but generally we should find that the energy of June is a little bit lighter and it's got a bit more, it's less pressure on us, you know, and basically there's a lot going on as well. So I'm going to dive into it. Now, universally, in numerology terms, it's a universal 3-month. So those of you who have a lot of 3 energy in your charts or might be life path 3s, you may be particularly feeling this energy more intensely. So that's definitely something to consider. And with that, the third chakra within our bodies is the solar plexus chakra. And I will talk about that in a little bit, but so there will be a focus on that. We also have coming up, the full moon in Sagittarius on the 14th, which is a really good time to kind of evaluate where you are, you know, what's no longer serving you, what do you need to kind of release, and look back over the past couple of weeks and see what's coming up for you. And those of you that are Sagittariuses, you may feel that more intensely this month. Then we have the summer solstice on the 21st of June, which I'm really looking forward to. It's kind of like the longest day, shortest night, to do with the sun and all those energies. And it's just symbolic of a new phase that we're going into. Like I always say, everything goes in cycles. Whatever goes up must come down. The light, there must be dark, like darkness to the light. You know, everything is a cycle in nature. So I do find it quite powerful to embrace the cycles of nature. They can be really helpful, and they really help ground you and just help you being in that present moment. And then towards the end of the month, around the 28th, 29th, we do have the new moon in Cancer as well, which is, again, a great time to set your intentions and look at really what it is you want to be bringing into your life. Now, with the solar plexus chakra, for those of you that don't know with the chakras, basically we all have chakras in the body, and they're basically different energy points. I mean, that there is the main 7. I do believe there is more, but again, that's kind of down to people's preference and, you know, maybe what they believe or what they've learned, but they are the energy centers within the body that help regulate all the processes from, you know, your organ functions to your immune system to your emotions. And, you know, they can all be, again, associated with different colors. So with the solar plexus chakra, that is the yellow one. So, you know, yellow is that color to be embracing. And yellow is it's a creative color, isn't it? And, you know, with the glands in the body, that does regulate your metabolism and also your pancreas and other body parts that can be related to that chakra. Is your abdomen, your lower back, your stomach, your pancreas, your spleen, your liver, gallbladder and intestine. So if you find that you have issues in any of those areas, or potentially like a lot of stomach problems, like myself, for example, I always, I've been getting stomach issues like food sensitivities, bloating. It's been so uncomfortable, and it's no synchronicity that this month, you know, over the last couple of weeks going into this month, I've really been like, you know what, I've got to try and heal this stomach, because I have a lot of 3 energy in my charts too. And it's like, I know that's like my kind of area, my weaker spot, basically. So I'm like, you know, I'm trying to do things to improve that. Trial and error. We have to find what works for us. But I do also find like a really interesting connection that I have made is, depending on your life path or like strong numbers in your chart, you will then often find that they will be linked to your chakra system. So for instance, I'll give you an example with mine. With my life path numbers. So for instance, I have the double 33 energy, and I also have the 6 energy. So I have double focus on my solar plexus, which, hey, there's no surprises why majority of my problems are related to stomach or self-esteem, confidence, things like that. Then also like my third eye. So, you know, mental health as well is a really big one. That's an example. So again, like say for instance, if you're a number 4, that's to do with your heart chakra, you know, the area around your heart, your lungs, those kind of areas. Or people that might have strong 5 energy, that's to do with their throat chakras, their thyroid glands, you know. And it's quite interesting to see the more people that I've looked at, or, you know, looked into, it's like you can definitely see, considering like where their numbers fall or what's quite strong in their charts, can be where you're then can be prone to certain areas that you may have a little bit more of a challenge with. So it's just incredible how, you know, the chakras can relate in every form, and basically all these forms of, I don't know what to call them, divination or ways to look at energy, whether it's astrology, numerology, psychic, mediumship, like they all still interconnect. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it might be a different way to go around it, but they all kind of interconnect. Now, so this solar plexus one, it is basically the core of your personal power, and it governs your self-esteem, your self-acceptance, self-reliance, and it is located, as we were just saying, just above your navel. So it's that upper abdomen area and just below the diaphragm, and it's connected to the element of fire too, which symbolizes the heat and energy needed to transformation in your life. And that will be that area, and it's where you basically transform your food into fuel and energy is generated, and that energy is then used to accomplish everyday maintenance and healing and to accommodate change. And it drives you, it's your willpower, you know, to take action, your inner warrior basically, to overcome challenges or, you know, intolerances and accepting others. So if that does happen to get imbalanced, then that can leave you feeling filled with doubt, self-hatred, inadequacy, low self-esteem, and then those feelings can affect your ability to make changes and decisions because of maybe your lack of self-respect, or you might give away your power and be left with internalized anger and resentment. So that's where I would always say healthy boundaries come into it, especially for those of us that are more sensitive. You know, definitely look at having boundaries so we're not left feeling like that. And you can also then be, like myself, very oversensitive to things. So you might have extreme responses maybe to some minor things that some people may see as really small. But, you know, again, if it could be overactive, people might experience violent outbursts, really intolerant of others, might even be bullying, blame others for their mistakes, and just have a difficult time taking responsibility for their actions. And sometimes they could even have an exaggerated sense of self, which may, you know, leave them with that need to always look good and be right about everything. So again, like the ego might be overpowering in that respect. So it's really kind of working on getting that healthy balance. And you'll know if some of those traits maybe sound like they're resonating with you or not, or even to others around you. I always share this information because I just think it can help if it gives you awareness and then awareness with others. But there are a lot of ways, you know, that you can look at healing yourself, and maybe if that is a particular chakra that is been highlighted for you, there are plenty of ways that you can look at healing, you know, things like energy healing, using color to heal, food to heal, sound healing, essential oils, crystals. Like there is a lot of ways you can look at healing those things, but again, it's finding something that is right for you. And now with the energy of this month, I also did pull one of my numerology oracle guidance cards to share with you guys. And interestingly, the card that came out, which I'm quite excited to share with you guys because it does tie into some of the stuff we've just been speaking about, was card number 81, which is a 9 vibration in numerology, which is all about compassion, love, wisdom, empathy, giving, humanitarianism. And the message with this card is all about leadership. And I always use the saying is like, we all want a better world, you know, but we have to start by being better people. And that goes for everyone. Like, I'm sure we all have things that we could work on or improve. And it's about leading by example, you know, like say we think there's a way the world should be, or you know, a way of life that, you know, we think is best or can be helpful to humanity. But it's like, we can't just expect this drastic change. It's like, we have to work on ourselves. The most powerful thing you can do is work on yourself and lead by example to others, because that can then inspire others. Like, if they see that you're living this healthy way of life, you know, the food you're consuming, the way you're living, your mindset, that might then inspire someone else that's struggling to be like, hold on a minute, like, this person's been through X, Y, and Z, like, they've had a really difficult life, but wow, they're still here, and the way they're living is inspiring me to better my life. So think about that term, leading by example. And this also comes as a message to really think about lovingly leading and guiding others who are less capable than you. And this could apply, you know, within your workplace, your community, your friends, your family, but you would definitely be encouraged to have confidence in your ability to motivate and inspire those who accompany you on your path. You know, never doubt yourself. Going back to that solar plexus energy is like confidence and self-esteem. Like, you have that faith and confidence in yourself because you never truly know the effect that you could have on others, and that could be life-changing. You know, simple things, but they could really make a difference to someone's life. And it does also indicate a role as a leader in your field. So whatever that may be, your field, we say it could be within your line of work, it could be if you do energy work, you could be a teacher, like whatever your field is, you know, have that confidence to rise up and lead by your example. You might choose, you know, to rise up to the top of your game with your unique talents, or to lead others to a new and improved way of life. Either way, definitely step up to the plate and adopt that position of authority. Because I do believe many of you that will be listening to this, you have that natural ability to lead. And remember, successful leaders lead alongside others rather than from above. Okay, that's a really important thing to remember, guys. And graciously just follow and have, you know, people's best interests and your own best interests at heart. And then you will know deep within that it's safe for you to lead the way. And you then, by doing that, are serving from a higher purpose. So that's kind of my guidance for this month for you guys, and areas that I feel like will be of a focus for you to really focus on. So if you do kind of feel certain things coming up, then you're going to know, it's highlighted this month. It's not just me being oversensitive, and I'm not just feeling all this stuff, and, you know, everything feels a bit too much. So this is why I like to share it, because it gives you a little bit of an overview. And as we were always saying, you know, the energy on Earth is changing. It is, I personally feel it's getting harder and harder every day, because it's like, for myself as an example, I feel such a difference between myself and others. You know, 9.5 times out of 10 people that I encounter or interact with, or I see, or the world around me, it's like, when you feel so different, it's really hard. Like, you feel like you don't fit in. And that is obviously those layers been shedded and going into different levels of consciousness. And it can be really tough around you. So I just want to share that to you guys. If you're feeling like that, you are not alone. But thank you so much for tuning in and listening. I will definitely be coming back this month, because it is the month of creativity. I'm going to be back on my videos and sharing more content with you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to everyone who likes, comments, and subscribes.